Hey, what's going on? You're tuned into the Daily Geek right here on SweetGeekTV. I'm your host, Griffin Grandberg, and today is January 27th, 2009, episode 111. That's episode 111. It's very exciting. Let's get to the Geek News, starting off with story number one. Notebooks account for over 70% of Mac sales for Apple, which is pretty crazy because just a few years ago, iMacs were the ones that were just killing it in the sense that they accounted for around 60% of overall Mac sales, whereas notebooks came in at around 40%. But now the tables have turned, my friends, mostly because, it's been a big MacBook Pro, big push to get these notebooks, and it's really worked. Over 70% of Mac sales overall. Pretty awesome. Story number two, Internet Explorer 8 RC1 is now available, and you know what? It is quick. It's definitely quicker than Internet Explorer 7. It may not be as quick as Google Chrome, but it's definitely a full-featured browser that isn't a beta. Okay, well, technically RC1 means it's kind of a beta, but overall, it's not as beta-esque as Google Chrome, even though it's out of beta now. Mostly because there's a lot of cool features involved called the accelerator features that I really like. Like, I can select some text and I can be like, send this over to my blogging platform, and boom, it loads it right there. It doesn't, it's just so quick how you can move some of this information around from, one page to another without really having to go there, if that makes sense. It's definitely something you have to see to really believe. Another cool feature, of course, that was dubbed porno mode just a few months ago is called in private, which means no cookies, no cache, no history. You can surf the net, not anonymously, but where you're not tracked as much. And believe me, you're being tracked like crazy online. So it's kind of cool to see that feature. Story number three, the Blackberry storm may be regarded as a fail. How could that be? Well, this is exactly why it may be a fail, because it's only sold 500,000 units, whereas the iPhone 3G in the same amount of time has sold 2.4 million phones? What? Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but the $100 million marketing budget for Verizon, which it seemed like there was tons and tons of hype for the Blackberry storm, just seemed to fizzle out to 500,000 units sold only. That's crazy. And why is this happening? It could be that it was slow, okay? When it first released, the operating system was slow, but release after release, it's kind of getting better and quicker. But here's the thing, the screen durability wasn't as expected, as sturdy or durable as people were like, oh, I hope it is. Well, it kind of wasn't. And the pushy clickiness of it can get kind of gritty when dust gets in there. So it's not a perfect device by any means, but the people that I know that have it love it. So what do you do? Story number four, Senate has okayed the delay again for the digital TV transition from February 17th to June 12th. Now, hopefully, people will get their acts together and get it done by January 12th. However, a lot of people are still laughing that it's probably still not going to happen, June 12th. So, I don't know what to say about it personally. Hopefully it will happen. What's really cool about this deal is if you have a coupon for the digital converter box that is expired, it's no longer expired. It's still usable. So that's kind of cool. Story number five. Netflix is rocking the house. That's right. Not only because their service rocks because they have the watch instantly feature and they turn around DVDs quicker than Bolt. You know who I'm talking about. The Jamaican fastest man in the world. Anyways, it's just quick. I love Netflix, and their earnings call really showed that they continue to rock the house on that side as well. $22.7 million in earning, up from $15.7 million just a year ago. Subscribers also add a high of 9.39 million, up from 7.48 million of last year. So it's really cool to see how Netflix is just rocking the house. And I've always been a big fan of Netflix. And it's just cool to see that they're doing so well. Story number six, last story of the day, which is just kind of a note. Carol Bartz has an earnings call this afternoon, and lots of eyes, lots of ears are going to be peeled for this big call. Why? Because basically they're hoping that she is going to announce some sort of direction for Yahoo that's going to take that big Yahoo ship, turn it around, and make something of that company that is awesome. Now, I don't know if that's actually going to happen. We'll, of course, be listening to the conference call as well. But if something's big that happens that you need to know about with Yahoo and Carol Bartz, of course, I'm going to let you know about it tomorrow on the Daily Geek. And there you have it. That is the Geek News for January 27, 2009, episode 111 of the Daily Geek. on SweetGeekTV. I'm your host, Griffin Granberg, and before we go, the question of the day, very simply, have you tried Internet Explorer 8 RC1? Are you inclined to do so? Are you going to possibly do that? Have you tried Windows 7? I'll tell you, it's not that bad. And you know what? Lots of people are saying that Windows 7 and Internet Explorer 8 are actually going to turn the tide for Microsoft because they're saying, oh yeah, you know, Vista was not good, blah, 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 and lots of people are switching to other different things. But these two releases could be what it takes to plateau the lossage, and if not, increase their usage. So that's kind of cool to hear. I'm interested, though, to hear what you have to say. I will come back to every single comment left. I hope you have a fantastic Tuesday. I'll try to do the same, and I will catch you for a Hump Day edition of the Daily Geek tomorrow. See you then.